I like it that they're like big and blue, and there was quite a lot of bonking going on, wasn't there?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also the other thing is what they like. They got them tail things, don't they? That they like connect, don't they? What's that all
Yeah,
about?
they're tether for
The tether.
uh, basically everything, like sexual.
Did you were you doing? Were you like tethering?
No, no,
You didn't do any tethering.
no. I was a miner on the planet. So
I'd have been tethering left, right, and centre. I'd have been going. Don't mind me. I'm just tethering. No
yeah, I'm mining and tethering at the same time. Yeah,
mining. You were mining. You do the mining. I'd have gone. Don't mind my pal. He's doing mining. I'll do the tethering.
yeah, yeah.
No.
Tether me with your shovel and pickaxe. Yeah. So
Yeah. What was up for a bit of tethering?
well, yeah, you would be.
Why do you still feel like you can be like me? Gaining the idea it could be like me. Why do you still feel like you can be like me? Gaining the idea it could be like me. There's only one Salacious Rum, and he's the only one, and he's the only one. He's truly number one. He's truly number one. Why do you still feel like you can be like me? Gaining the idea could be like
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think you look like a movie star. Hold on.
Just,
Hold on.
all
I,
right,
I reckon
off or on? Off or
on,
on?
on, on. You're giving me
On?
You're giving everyone Tom Cruise vibes.
All right, okay.
Yeah. On.
All right, 'cause
On.
it's in the
On.
fashion of the blue people, and I don't mean the Smurfs. I mean Avatar.
But that's slightly confusing, Pete, because let's be honest, they don't wear sunglasses in Avatar.
Yeah, a bit confusing, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, to be honest, right.
So
If that's what you were going for, then you've confused everyone. If
well,
you were
but
going for like a movie star Tom Cruise vibe, then on.
right, okay, off.
I like him on.
You like them on? Okay,
I like
off.
him on.
On. All right, okay.
But
Well,
I could do the pair as well, couldn't I?
yeah, you can. Yeah, you should. Yeah.
All
Freak,
right, I'm not,
freak the natives out and get your pair of blue
I'm
glasses.
not looking into that.
So,
G'day, and welcome everybody.
hey,
Welcome to the Two Pommies, the only show where you get 2.5 stars for the price of one.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what are you on about, Bob?
that's right, Bob. Yes, that's right.
Starring from England, the leader of the MoNKey-LiZaRD army, Salacious Rum. So you better not be referring to me as the half, Bob, because that's bang out of order, to be honest. Bang out of order. You should take a good look at yourself in the mirror, Bob. You ain't up to much. To be totally honest, I've seen your penis.
He's seen yours too. Sorry.
And starring from New Zealand, Peter Jackson's favourite fluffer from the PGM show, our professional actor extra, Peter Gordon McKinnon.
Yeah, and just actually, it's my collar. Look at that. It's disgraceful.
You kind of got like a bit of a rock star vibe today. Do you know you look like Bono?
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that.
Kind of. Well, kind of like Bono. Like a version of Bono.
Let's bring it back. Yeah, let's bring it back. Yeah.
Kind of like. Kind of like if Bono was from like Middle Earth.
Okay. Kind of like kind of like if he, Bono, if he was dead and he was buried with these.
I think you look cool, Pete. I actually think you look very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're rocking it. And this is Pete's YouTube channel, the PGM show. So that's a thing. You can.
That is a thing.
It's a thing. So go and sub to it.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Bob? What are we doing? We are doing a show, and I'm your host, Bob Rum. And for those of you that are not in the know, a pommy is a derogatory word used in Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa to refer to a Brit. It's derived from the acronym POME, or Prisoner of Mother England. But just who is the prisoner exactly? Tonight, we may find out as we discuss Avatar, the 2009 hit film from Peter Jackson, and Pete's experiences behind the scenes and on location and on or in or on James Cameron's freak-off parties.
On Jake's back. Yeah.
So looking forward to this.
Something blue. I got another thing blue.
Oh.
Remember this on my trailer, on my promo?
Go on, get it out. Yeah, oh yeah.
Blue paint. No sponsor of Reeves paint, but blue paint. So
I was wondering, Pete, whether that was applied anywhere else.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I don't want to kind of make assumptions.
Pete, that'd be amazing if you had a blue willy. Imagine it. Imagine if you applied it to your willy and then you went swimming and then you were in the changing rooms and then like everyone was getting changed and people turned around and you were stood there and you had a blue willy. And people were like, "Oh my God, he's got a blue willy."
Well, hopefully it wasn't permanent. Defeats the purpose of that joke, doesn't it? Really.
Oh. I'm up for it.
Well, you got a brown willy.
Is it brown? Yeah, tanned. Tan.
How do we get onto this?
You brought it up. Let's welcome in the army and see who we've got today. We've got a few friends joining us. We have Drew, earmuffs, please. Earmuffs. He says he's finally able to go live.
Yeah, no, I like myself.
Earmuffs, Drew. We have Gap. General Gap is with us.
Gap.
And we have Lady Aisha.
Hey, Aisha. Oh, yeah.
Yep. And we have Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo.
Dear Ricardo. Gap says, Pete, your poster is crooked.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's...
I swear it gets more crooked every day.
Try to think of faulty towers.
You only have one poster up to sort out. I mean...
No. Yeah.
You know,
it's the front still.
It didn't take long to sort that out, really, did it? I mean, you just, reach out and...
It's the person who's putting up the posters. It needs a good tongue lashing.
What is it, Palpatine? Helps is here. The general of the sexually repressed Australian squad, Michael
Reed. Yes.
Michael Reed, he's here as well. Some good people in. Got some good people in. Excelsior's Domain is here as well.
Excelsior's Domain.
Excelsior.
It's really hard to pronounce early in the morning, but
Yeah.
hey, how are you?
General Jumpy's or us as well.
Hey.
Jumpy. And we have Connor Fuller. Good old Connor.
Corner.
Nice to see you. Is Pete going to do a hacker and rip up the Avatar script? Are you? Can you do the hacker? Can you do the hacker?
Little bits of it. Yeah, not much of it.
Do we get to see any
Yeah, you might do one day.
one day?
One
Might get
day.
a demo. Might get a demo.
Might get a demo.
Okay.
There is a special coming up for the New Zealand film that I was in. I
Oh.
could do one. So
Oh,
yeah.
that'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be like when New Zealand played England in the rugby, and like you do the hacker, and I'll form the arrow. The arrow.
Yeah. That wasn't all. A bit of a rugby news. I think they were playing Munster or something like that, rugby, and they were doing a haka, and they got attacked by the other team.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Attack them. Yeah.
Anyway,
GB Models is here.
GB Models.
GB.
Hello, everyone.
Gerard as well.
Gerard.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Pop says, do enough episodes and the poster will eventually be upside down.
Well, the poster guy, not really happy with it, with him. That poster will probably end up out of the shot next time.
True.
Pete,
is it due to your religious beliefs that you only put blue tack on 3 corners of a poster?
Yeah, you see that, don't you? The imperfections of how I put my posters up. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's that. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Rebels is here. Rebels, no rules.
Ed.
No
Nice
rules.
to see you.
No rules. No rules. Right, should we get into it?
There's a lot in today. Thank you very much.
So, today we are talking about Avatar 2000. I can't believe this is 2009. God, how many years ago was that now? 2009.
6? I'm guessing.
6? 6?
Yeah.
2009 is 2024. My God.
I'm not good with numbers.
6. Bloody hell. 15 years ago. 15 years ago.
I wasn't too off.
How old were you, Pete, when this came out?
Oh, God. I wouldn't have the foggiest idea.
In 2009, I had finished university and I was living with a special lady friend, and I was doing my first job, or my second job, my second proper job. God, that seems like a long time ago. Wow, I remember Avatar, the build up to Avatar, because the hype around Avatar was all about 3D. If I'm not mistaken, this was going to be the first
technology.
Yes, and James Cameron, who was the director, has a bit of a history in the movie industry of introducing new technology, from the special effects work he did on but even predating that, Terminator 2, and what was the underwater one before that? The Abyss, which was an incredible movie. So let's just whet our appetite a little bit. This is the trailer to the movie. Let's have a little play of this and see this brings back some of the memories.
Some of the memories of the blue people. It's still going.
You Jake Sully?
I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start on a new world. You'd be making a difference.
I became a Marine for the hardship. I told myself I can pass any test a man can pass. All I ever wanted was a single thing worth fighting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in Kansas anymore. You are on Pandora.
You should see your faces.
We have an indigenous population called the Na'vi. They are very hard to kill.
This is why we're here. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo. Their village happens to be resting on the richest deposit, and they need to relocate. Those savages are threatening our whole operation. We're on the brink of war, and you're supposed to be finding a diplomatic solution.
The concept is to drive these remotely controlled bodies called avatars. They're grown from human DNA, mixed with DNA of the natives.
Marine in an avatar body. That's a potent mix. You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs.
Just going to break this up a little bit so we don't get taken down. But yeah, no, I remember this trailer, and I remember thinking, oh, the mech suits, that's classic James Cameron from Alien. We've seen him using mechs before.
Not in Titanic.
Not on Titanic. No, there's no mech suits on Titanic. Or was there a mech? There might have been an underwater mech suit, actually, in Titanic.
Hell yeah, sir.
Looks like you. This is your avatar.
Just relax and let your mind go blank. It shouldn't be hard for you.
Jake, it's real simple. I want you to learn from the inside. I want you to gain their trust.
You should not be here. Go back. All this is your fault.
I need your help. Outstanding.
Haven't gotten lost in the woods, have you?
Did you forget what team you're playing for?
Strong, prey on the weak. Nobody does a thing.
You've got 1 hour.
You knew this would happen?
Everything changed. Jake, it's crazy here. Horich is rolling and there's no stopping him.
We're going up against gunships with bows and arrows.
Well, I guess we better stop him.
They've sent us a message that they can take whatever they want. But we will send them a message that this is our land.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Long bloody trail.
Yeah, that was a long one. But this is Avatar 2019, certified 12A. Yeah, long film, 2 hours 42 minutes. It's now got a rating of 7.9. James Cameron, the director, doesn't have a huge filmography. James Cameron, he makes few and far between, but every single one of his movies is groundbreaking in one form or other. Sam Worthington was a bit of an unknown. I seem to remember.
Yeah.
He was in Terminator Salvation. I remember him being touted as like the next big action movie, and movie star. It didn't really turn out that way, I don't think. Zoe Saldana, who plays is it Gamora?
Gamora,
yeah. And then
she's been in
Sigourney
quite a
Weaver.
few. Diana was a good film. She's in.
Yeah, that's a great film. Sigourney Weaver, of course, absolute legend.
He always puts Sigourney Weaver in his films. Almost every.
And yeah, it's a fantasy sci-fi film, and very much in the vein of. Well, it follows quite a few tropes, doesn't it? Like kind of Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas, You know, it's the story of the invaders and the indigenous, and then one of the invaders, you know, kind of falls in love with the tribe and becomes indoctrinated into the tribe, but obviously they integrate this with the technology and on an alien planet, and you know, so amazing. I think it's a very interesting movie. I think it's not particularly universally loved, but I remember at the time it was dominated by 3D, and so presumably this came across your desk because presumably this was another Weta film. It wasn't Peter Jackson, but it was presumably Weta and filmed in New Zealand. Is this the?
Yeah, because the technology was here. That's what he wanted, right? It was. I think they found. You can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think the technology that he wanted was here for Weta.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where these little portable cameras that you could actually see the world in almost in its entirety on this screen when it was actually moving around, right? And then when you took it away, it was just blue screen or green screen, right? So that's why he wanted to come. I think
so this is on the back of the mocap work that they did on Lord of the Rings, and you know, this is Weta, you know, full in their prime, I suppose.
Really, and that's why he came here, because he did have an idea of doing this Avatar film for years, right? I think when he was doing Terminator or something like that, or Aliens, he had this idea, but he didn't have the technology to do it.
Yeah. So when did you hear about this movie? And when you heard about it, were you aware of the 3D? You know, what was your awareness of the film before the option of an extra role came about? How much awareness did you have?
Yeah, I think the news came over that really excited everybody here in New Zealand was that James Cameron was going to move down here to become a New Zealander, right? So to become not to become a New Zealander, but to live in New Zealand, because he had right. So the news broke that it was. We didn't really know it was going to be 3D. It was going to be like, hey, this big name director's coming down here to live in New Zealand. He's making his way down here to do a film called The Avatar. We thought, well, okay, The Last Airbender, right? So he took the title Avatar, because Avatar from the animated series, that's their name, right? So they had to change Avatar to The Last Airbender. So he took Avatar, but that's a whole new other story. Anyway, but he came down here because the technology was down here. But he had to move down here to New Zealand, right?
Where was it filmed? Where was it? Was this filmed North Island again?
Yeah, it was North Island. I think he did the first one, Wellington, New Zealand. So he did it in Weta Workshops and Weta Digital, right? In their kind of Stone Street Studios, because he had the room to do it, right? So I think we as extras or myself was really excited when we heard that James Cameron's coming down here to do this film, because it was going to be big, it was going to be huge, right? And a lot of work, right, for us, for the extras, right? Because they wanted quite a few extras on this. And when I got the word, I'm saying, yes, fantastic. I'm in a great space, right? Life-wise, I was hungry for it. I think I was living in Miramar at the time, which is really right next to Stone Street Studios. So, and I was, up for it, really up for it. Excited.
Still living off the success of Lord of the Rings and attending all these freak off parties with your.
Actually, didn't have any. Didn't know about the freak offs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jumpy's making me everyone laugh here. I think he says Avatar 2 is definitely Weta.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, that I think some of the extras that I was working with, and they were a little bit disappointed because they didn't get anything for the Avatar 2 because all the miners got either killed or kicked off the planet.
Now, how again? So was this an agent telephone call?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, I was still with Possum Talent Agency. So
this was a couple of years after. This is 2 years down the track, isn't it? After War to Horse, was that 2007?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I got details from my talent agent saying that Avatar's coming and you need to go and do costume fitting here and there and stuff like that, because it's always the costume fitting first. So and we get paid. We got paid for that. I got paid for that. So
do you remember how much you got paid?
It's usually between $50 to $80 costume fitting. So that's a little bit extra in your pocket on your account. So you go to a costume fitting and they, because just to get your measurements and stuff like that. If you can fit in this and stuff like that. And
did you see any blue aliens getting fitted out?
No.
Oh.
no. Because it was on a different day, I think. So. Yeah.
G-Force, good to see you, buddy.
G-Force.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting fitted, but do you know? Do you have any idea about the story or what scene you're in, or did they give you any briefing? What was that? What did they tell you about the film?
I think Possum Talent told us that. Or me, that I was going to be a miner, right, on the planet, right. So that's that's what the costume fitting. It says miner, right. You'll be one of these miners, right, on the island, on the planet, right. So
and they're mining for is it unobtainium or
something like that, something like that. But really, we don't get a huge brief or any idea of the whole film. We just g'day, Nick.
Did you get a free haircut this time, Michael?
I did. Because if you're coming in with long hair and they want you to be short hair, right? Because it's the makeup kind of deal and the costume kind of. You get a free haircut, so you don't want to be a miner with really long hair, so they cut your hair for free. So because it's a look they're going for, right, for every individual. So yeah.
And what was the specific scene this time?
I had two scenes actually. Which is really good because we all enjoyed that because we got to. There was the first scene I was in was the cantina scene, where you see Jake Sully and everybody sitting in the tables in the cantina, where he's talking to Sigourney Weaver's character, and she storms off.
Is this when they first get there? This is when they first.
Yeah. You don't. I mean, we got shuffled around so many times from table to table to table to say, look, I mean, he doesn't fit there. We need him there. We need her there. We need her there. No, wrong table. Can we shift that table over there? And we shift this lot over here. So it was a lot of to and froing for a wee bit, but. In that scene, and I told you there was a great story to this, right? On the scene. So do you want me to tell you that? Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. We were all sitting, and we just done a couple of takes where, Sigourney Weaver walks past us twice, right? And then this ladder went up, and this lighting guy went up, right? And he thought it might be a great idea to say, look, this black sheet or cover is covering this huge light on the ceiling, right? So he thought, well, I'll go up and I'll just rip into this black sheet or covering for this light because it's obscuring something, right? Topples up on this huge ladder, right? And he rips into it, right? And all you hear was you could say a pin drop, right? The chatter went incredibly silent, and you hear this huge bellowing of "If this, you fucking idiot! What the fuck? Who told you to fucking do that?" Right? And it was Cameron just laying into this.
He's ruined his light. He's ruined his light. He had his light all set up properly.
Yeah, he kind of did, and it's just like, who the hell are you? It's just we just sat there going, don't laugh, do not laugh, right? Because it was just like, holy crap, he's laid into this guy. So he's because we all now know that James Cameron is a perfectionist, right? Very.
You've seen it firsthand. You've seen it firsthand now.
So,
did you not think about? Do you not think I'm gonna chip in here? You could have joined in and gone, you dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Pulling the thing off the thing. You ruined the set. Can't you see it?
Yeah, me and all these Kiwi dudes going, what the fuck, mate? What are you doing?
Yeah. Now, Pete, when Sigourney Weaver walked past you, what does she smell like?
Beautiful, really. So,
beautiful. I always thought she'd be like quite vanilla, like smell like vanilla.
Yeah.
Do you think? How close did you get? Did you think about licking her?
God. No. She walked past me about a bunch of times, actually.
Did you touch her? Did you like brush up against her, accidentally, like on purpose?
No, unfortunately, I didn't do that.
Did your eyes ever like meet?
No, she was so damn tall.
So, did you say anything? Did you like ever go, hello, Miss Weaver? I'm a big fan of Alien.
I wish I could have actually, because she did pass by me a few times.
You didn't say anything to her. You didn't speak to her.
No, because she was doing a scene, right? She was walking off the scene. So.
But when it cut, couldn't you like?
No, because it was like a madhouse. Everybody was resetting, and we got the first AD, Cameron's first AD, kept on going all the bloody time, all day. We heard this. So it was like, fuck, shut up. So
was Jake Sully in the scene?
Yeah, he was. He was on the table far away from us.
What was he like? Was he all right? Or was he a bit uppity?
No, he's all right. I think Sam Worthington's probably a down-to-earth character. He did actually slip in and out of the American accent, though. That's quite annoying.
He's Australian, isn't he?
No, he is.
Do you know?
Pete was able to. He been fat, yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't understand that now.
So the first scene was the cantina scene. That's at the start of the film.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that wears who's like the general guy with the scar? What's it? Was he in it? He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and that was like a few scenes in, I think, wasn't it? Well, the second scene I was in was were, it was like the marching off to war kind of thing.
So what was the second scene? What was this? Tell everyone the second scene then.
Second scene was like all these soldiers, because Jake was apparently not there because he betrayed the general guy, right? So he was on the side of the American Indians kind of thing, let's say that, right? Side of the blue people, right? But then it was like a march off to war. It's like we've got to take back this planet from the blue people, right? And then I was in that scene because it was like the miners became, you could almost say, the cabin fodder, right? PGM was navel gazing. Well, you're not far wrong there, Palps. Every time that Sigourney Weaver passed, because she is a tall woman, you could, I could.
So I mean, not a lick. You could have licked her. You could have
See
licked
the
her.
waft of her skirt when she was passed.
Waft.
So,
That's what I mean. Was there a waft? Was there a sniff? Did you sniff?
No.
I'd have sniffed.
I did actually one or twice. I did look up a little bit when she was walking past me a couple of times. So yeah, I would have really loved to meet Sigourney Weaver on that set. I think everybody would have really. So
no one got the joke, do you know? No one got it.
No
one got it. No one got it.
So the second scene was good, actually, because the general wanted all us to kind of cheer. We're off to war, Mr. B.
Mr. B. Aren't they in their mech suits when they leave to go off to war? Don't they all claim?
Yeah. But this was like the meeting of the stand that the miners and the soldiers were going to take. Right, so it was like a briefing.
Oh yeah, it's the briefing room. Yeah.
It's like the first briefing room was like just like Jake coming in and being introduced to the general guy, right? Second briefing was a war briefing, right? We're gonna Peter, you look just like him.
It does. It looks like New Zealand's version of Tom Cruise. I said, or Bono.
Yeah,
Bono.
or Bono something.
Bono.
So yeah, it was a good scene, and we trying to get the miners riled and say, yeah, we're off to war, kind of got a feel, get us amped up, and you couldn't see me. It's just like small little miner guy, in the vastness of all these other miners sitting down, listening to this guy. But that was the second scene. Yeah.
Very good. How many days filming, Pete?
It would be two days because we went overtime. We weren't going to be going overtime, but James Cameron's very, again, detailed and meticulous, and so it was.
Yeah.
Like that. And then we heard we're getting overtime, so we get extra money overtime. So it just ticks on over. So we were there from 4:30 a.m. on the first day to 3:30 a.m. on the second day. So we got quite a good chunk of change, all of us did. So we were quite pleased with that. So it was a very long and tiring day and night and morning shoots, but very well catered. So
the catering was good. Catering was good.
Catering is good. It's always good on film sets. Especially James Cameron's or Peter Jackson's. It's always good.
Now, was there any noticeable difference between the production kind of styles or methodologies between Peter Jackson and James Cameron? Like, could you tell you were on a different type of set, or did it,
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Peter Jackson's quite chill, but he's quite detailed in it as well. He sees the big picture. Same with same with James Cameron, but it's like I've been saying that James Cameron is a lot more meticulous in detail, right? He's some what you say an over pedanticness in getting the scene right, and getting everything in its place. So it's the pedanticness of James Cameron to actually get every, and even in this film, every detail right in the scene, right?
Was there more green screen in this compared to Lord
No,
of the Rings?
no, not really. There was more because he had the technology, right? I guess there's probably other sets that there was more green screen, but on our sets it was practical, right? It's more practical. And on the scenes that I was in, it was more practical sets, right?
Cool.
There was more like the cantina scenes. It was a full-on cantina. It was a full kitchen. It was a full-on seating areas and tables and stuff like that, and utensils and cups and stuff like that. And all around us was like a cantina feel, right, on set. So
there weren't any aliens then in your scenes. So people in suits, I guess, or in like
no mix, no nothing. We did have like when you've seen films like the hallways like on Terminator 2, right? Dark and dingy steel kind of hallways, right? Like a mining kind of camp area, right? But it was a little bit more the cantina scene was a little bit more steel, a little bit more not art deco, but a little more steel decoed, right? If that makes sense.
Did you see at all over the 2 days what it looked like, how they filmed the aliens, like the avatars? Did you see how they?
We saw.
Curious how they did it. Did people have to wear like green like leotard suits, or did they have, I don't know.
Yeah, they did. They did actually, because you can actually see that in Avatar 2, right, where they use mocap suits, right?
Yeah,
again, using mocap suits, but it was like we did see the behind the scenes where either James Cameron was looking through a viewfinder and doing this, right?
Yeah.
Taking shots like this, and you can you can see the whole world in this tablet kind of thing, right? And that was the fascination for us, because we thought, well, how's this going to work? And when the technology was shown behind the scenes, was going, oh, that's cool. You can actually see the whole world. It's like a picture. It's like a painting. You could actually see a painting move, right, with the actors being like the avatars, right? Because they're wearing mocap suits, right? So you had the technology at your fingertips and watching it visually, right? So that was the fascination. And then they put it in 3D. So that was more of a, I mean, we all know what 3D is, right? But getting this technology here and using the technology, what he used, and then putting it in 3D was another step up.
Yeah.
I think we knew vaguely. Well, I knew vaguely. I keep on saying we. I knew vaguely what was going to happen, right? But not sure of what was intended.
Yeah.
So I think I knew that the technology was there, but how it was going to be used, that was a different question altogether.
And any crazy events happen on set, Pete? Were you like the last time you were a bit uppity and you were picking on?
Well, my attitude changed this time. I went in with a lot more confidence, but a lot more humbleness,
Yeah.
And excitement. I think.
Oh.
Uh,
Were there any other people from any of the other movies you've been in on there? Like any?
Oh yeah, because we all get to know each other from film to film, right? Because New Zealand's a small place. So,
and what were you? And amongst all the extra actors, what were you like known as? Were you like the rebel, or like how would people describe you, Pete? Were you like the naughty one, the crazy one, the sex mad freak off one, or what did the others think of you?
Bloody freak offs, man! You should be a freak off. You got those 2 rubber bibs. So, yeah,
if anyone wants to invite me to a freak off, I'm well up for it.
Bring his bib.
Invite me.
So yeah. What was the question?
You and some of the other extra actors have been in multiple movies together now, so you're getting to know these other people. What you must all like form like in your little group, like like he's that one.
Oh, yeah.
If we were to seek out some of the others and we asked them, what do you think of PGM? What would they say? You like the Tom Cruise of the group, or the?
No, I was like the comedian of the group.
Comedian.
I mean, on the set, I was entertaining people, making people laugh. I've never kept quiet to myself. I mean, I've never kind of gone to a corner and read a book, right? Just waiting for the next scene to be lit, right? Or as an extra, because that's what it's just like you're waiting around for hours to have the scene lit, right? So, I mean, I like to actually talk to friends and meet people and and have a laugh, right?
But you didn't lick Sigourney Weaver when she walked past you.
No. Fascination of licking Sigourney Weaver. Okay. But no, I like to actually talk to people, have a laugh, and make them laugh. And I've been doing it for years on sets. And this one was no exception, I think. Even on set, I was trying to make it a little bit more jovial.
Did you ever lock eyes with James Cameron?
No, I didn't. Again, all we heard was locking eyes with the second AD going, because he was going shh all the bloody time, because we kept on, because there was a lot of us in the canteen scene.
You're a rabble.
Murmuring, but if he wanted to talk, or if James Cameron was there and wanted to talk and give direction, we had to shut up until the scene was rolling, and then we could actually just do this rhubarb, or just talk, right, and get the atmosphere, right. So,
so when did you actually see the movie, Pete? And did you like spot the scenes you were in, or?
This time I knew what scenes I was in, and
did you get the cinema? Did you get the cinema to see it? Did you see it in 3D?
Yeah, I went to see this in cinema. I think I went with a 2D. I'm not too great with 3D. I went to 2D because they had 2D and 3D. I think so. They had a choice. I'm sure they had a choice of 2D and 3D. So I liked it. Really long though. I did go to see it in the theater this time because it was a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where I didn't know where I was sitting, because I was going, oh, that's right, they moved me over there, right? So you wouldn't see me in that scene, so I was really vain. And then this scene here, I was in the crowd when he was talking to the soldiers and the miners.
What are you pointing at? This scene. What are you pointing at?
What am I pointing at?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Saying that. Where was I in that cluster of miners on that seat?
Yeah, no one can see what you're pointing at.
No. Don't complicate things.
Oh, you're like pointing at it going in this scene. Oh, people can't see what you're pointing at.
Pointing at you then.
Oh no, I don't know. It's confusing. All right. Well, how did you rate the movie out of Space Bananas? 10 Space Bananas. How did you rate it?
10 Space Bananas. I give it a. Well, I give it a 9 actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the technology was found here and developed here. I'm a big fan of James Cameron's. Although coming out of this film that he treated some of the New Zealand crew quite badly.
Oh, really? Okay.
And they walked, and some of them walked off.
Oh, it's got a history of issues with crews. He had an issue with the English crew on Aliens, I believe.
But they walked off because they weren't treated. They were treated really badly.
Did you think about staging a protest, Pete, and having a walk off?
No. Oh, hell no. I wasn't walking off. I was getting.
You're doing some other kind of off.
If you make trouble as an extra, and here's a bit of a story that I could tell you just to actually segue in this because it was quite good. I mean, luckily a friend of mine who was staying with me because he lived quite far away from the Stone Street Studios. Anyway, he was on set and they had a table full of laser guns, right, for the soldiers and stuff like that, right, to use. He did the same. Yeah. And then this guy thought, here's some guns on a props table. And this guy was new to the acting kind of gig, right? Because you don't touch anything prop-wise, right? No one does until they're allocated to someone, right?
Hands off.
But this guy, well, I'll be a real, be real. I don't care. I'll touch them. So he went over and picked one up, but unbeknownst to him, the props guy came out, right, and saw him playing with the prop. Right, and chewed the crap out of the guy. And so do not touch the prop fucking weapons. They're not toys. These are weapons, right?
Hands off the laser.
Yeah, so
a freaking laser sword.
Yeah, so and then really he laid into kind of us giving us a warning. Right, no one's allowed to touch props, guns, no one. Right, if I see you do it again, you're gone. And that's
when he said that, did you just stick your finger out and just touch it quickly?
No.
I would have done. I'd have just gone. I'd have just poked it quickly.
You would poke anything, Salacious.
No.
Sorry. But yeah. So I mean, if you do something wrong, if you say something wrong, you be disrespectful on set. You basically, let's say, blacklisted. Right. Even if you're an extra, you will not get a job. Right. So don't touch the props before you know it. You're pointing a lightsaber in your own face.
Yep. True. So, Avatar 2, there was a bit of a long distance between the films. But presumably by the time Avatar 2 comes around, you're no longer with an agent. or
Yeah. I left Possum Talent, and I looked for another one, and I've got a talent agent who's in Auckland. So I went with Heroes and Villains talent agency, and so yeah, I think I was no longer with Possum Talent. I jumped off when I was on the set of Mortal Engines, I think.
yeah. So by this time, you have done Lord of the Rings, King Kong, Warhorse, and Avatar.
Yeah.
As well as various New Zealand TV shows and things.
That was before I never did any more TV shows in New Zealand.
So what was the best experience, and then which one gives you the most clout saying you've been in? When you tell people, do you tell people I was in King Kong, Lord of the Rings, or do you lead with Avatar? Or so which one was the best experience, and which one it gives you the most clout?
I guess Lord of the Rings, I think. Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows Avatar, right? But everybody also knows that Peter Jackson knocked that out of the park with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? So it's kind of a no-brainer.
That's
and
the one.
I think that's what now everybody knows me, that I was a hobbit in Samwise Gamgee's wedding.
Although Avatar was the biggest selling movie of all time.
It was. And now
did you know
Avatar,
that? Were you aware of that? I mean, presumably, everyone was.
Yeah, we heard the stories that Avatar just broke all records, right? Of being number one again for James Cameron, right? Because he's had a number one hit also with other films, right?
Titanic, Titanic, I think.
And then he started again with Avatar: The Shape of Water, like that.
Yeah.
And that's hit
broke $1 billion again. Yeah,
broke $1 billion again. But I think I did have fun. I really had fun on Avatar film, right? So, because again, it was like all the stories, and I had with friends, right? So, and also getting to be on set with Sigourney Weaver, right?
Yeah. Even though you didn't touch your sniffer or
no, but such films like Alien and Aliens and Sigourney Weaver and Ghostbusters and stuff like that. So also with the gorgeous actress that I've forgotten her name, she was the pilot for the.
Oh, was it Michelle Rodriguez?
Michelle Rodriguez was just gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous.
That is her name, isn't it?
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez.
She's another badass.
Yeah, no. I think we all kind of had a thing for her.
Yeah, well, I would happily like have the crap. She can beat the crap out of me, to be honest.
Yeah.
What about you, Pete? Would you? Would you let her beat you?
Yes, we're all listening after her, actually. Yeah. On the table where we were sitting, right? Even the women, even the girls, a couple of girls were on our table, and a couple of girls even said that, yeah, I would do her.
God damn it.
So she was in that scene as well, I think.
Did you sniff her? Did you sniff her when she walked by?
Oh God, I wish.
Didn't even sniff. I'd have sniffed. I'd have got a whiff.
But no, I enjoyed it. I immensely enjoyed it. So just sad that I didn't get, because I was quite excited for the next one to see if I got anything, but no. It was
there's more coming, isn't there? There's more coming.
Sorry?
There's more coming. He's doing more, isn't he?
yeah. There's more coming. I really do hope that he kind of turns it around like the old-fashioned Planet of the Apes, where it was, where it was like Planet of the Apes had, slave people, right? And then it was like, if you've seen the whole films of the Planet of the Apes, right? It kind of bookends itself.
Switcheroo.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah.
Is that your prediction?
That's my prediction. So, I think all it's going to be, the planet's going to be pioneered again with maybe other people, races or something like that. So I'm not too sure. So I might have a chat.
It was water last time. So what is it? Air this time, or was air
fire or something?
Fire, yeah. So,
Earth, wind, and fire. Yeah.
Now, are you going to try and are you going to attempt to try and get on these next ones, or are they even in New Zealand? I don't know.
Yes, I am. I mean, I'm all for getting onto or getting news. It's first off, it's news first, right? So I think the state of play really is that if
Georgie.
It's like if they are revolving around people from like getting back the miners, right, or people right to the planet, then I'll have a chance to actually be an extra on that as well. So on the different films, if he's doing that, there won't be an alien. So, quite looking forward to seeing what he gets up to in this third Avatar.
Yeah.
See where the story goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be auditioning for quite some stuff, I think, this year.
Very good. Great. Well, so we'll come to the end. So how many have we done now? We've done Hobbit, King Kong, Waterhorse, Avatar.
Yeah. So it's what?
So by this time you've been in, and they're all big movies. You've done 4. By this time you've done 4 large movies. So
yeah.
And you haven't exploited it yet, have you? You haven't really
No.
But
to actually say this, I've got another print done. This is from if you want one of these, right? I got a print done with King Kong. Right. So if you want one, it's $47. Can you hear me? It's $47 on my PayPal. Is the PGM show on PayPal. Go through friends and family in your currency. You've got 23 pounds UK, 26 EU, EU, $29 for US, $43 Australian, and that will add up to $47 in Kiwi currency on PayPal. So if you want me to sign it, which I will sign it for you, and I'll get these printed out for you. Amazing work from Bob as well.
So just to explain on this one, this is we've got the cinema scene in the bottom right hand corner, not the cinema scene, the production scene where they are selecting the lead. What's her name? The Australian actress, Naomi Watts, and Pete's there on the back row. And so we thought we'd embed it into the wider scene. You're gonna have to, if you want one of those, though, you'll have to let Pete know which one you want, because you've also still got the Samwise Gamgee ones as well.
Yeah, you have.
So,
Yeah, so they'll be still running.
Yeah.
Constantly if you want one. So yeah.
So there you go. So that's cool.
There's no exclusivity in these prints. I will go and get one for you signed, and yeah. So it's you want to purchase one, the PTM show on PayPal at $47.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. And then we are going to be back. So we continue. This keeps moving. I'm really excited about the next one because on Thursday, the 28th of November, at the same time, we are discussing The Hobbit 2012. So we're back in Middle Earth. You're back in Middle Earth. We're back. So the train keeps going.
And another deleted scene.
Oh.
Story of my life.
I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to it. So, anything you want to add before we go, Pete?
It's no biggie. It's no drama. Nothing. But it's proving really difficult to get 4K images off anywhere for you guys. So I'm doing my best to get you good prints for you and out to you. But they are, doing our best to actually, or my best to actually get a really good image for you on each of these films. Some are really proving to be really difficult to get, but they're out there, so don't worry. Yeah.
I think we've got an Avatar one coming, so I'm pretty hopeful about. I think I've got an Avatar one for you. So we have got the scene. We have got the scene that Peter's in on Avatar. So we'll show that next week.
You've got an Emperor image as well. That I sent you, I think, and I can send it again. And then so they're out there. So next show, Hobbit.
Massive thank you to the MoNKey-LiZaRD Army. You guys are awesome. Please smash the like button, leave us a friendly comment, subscribe to both of the channels, and remember, we are all prisoners of Mother England in one way or another.
Should have played the trailer. Forgot about it.
What trailer?
The Avatar trailer that I put, the promo I put out. Anyway, all right.
What, at the end of the show? At the end?
Oh well, I should have actually reminded you that.
Just at the start. We should have played it at the start.
No.
Great. Thanks for pointing out our production flaws right at the end of the show, Pete.
That's all right.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. And it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.
I've got Willie, and I'm going to paint it blue with Pete's Avatar paint.
I'm going to paint it blue, Willie.
You can paint it if you want.
I don't know where it's been.
Why do you still feel like you can be like me? Gaining the idea that could be like me. Why do you still feel like you can be like me? Gaining the idea that could be like me. There's only one Salacious Rum, and he's the only one, and he's the only one. He's truly known. He's truly known. Why do you you still feel like you can be like me? Gave you